Hey, what's going on, everyone? Welcome back into the Bears Den, an NFL podcast with the Chicago Bears First Focus. I'm your host, Alex, here today to do the Week 11 game pick. Week 10, we had a great week. Technically, not our best week of the year, our second best week of the year. We went 10-4 this past week, so really great, helping us out on the overall record. I'm now sitting at 86 and 66 on the year, so we got a nice 20-game cushion there. But I'm not looking to have any bad weeks. We're going to just keep stacking, and keep stacking. We're going into week 11 here, so we really are flying through the season, and we will go ahead and we will jump right into it. As always, I'm using the Playoff Predictors website. This is the website that I use every week for these picks. Allows you to track your picks and kind of see where things are at and keep up with the live standings and everything like that. With that being said, we will start off with the AFC games like I always do, and we'll go ahead. We'll get into it. So, Las Vegas Raiders and the Miami Dolphins. I like Miami at home here. I think Miami is obviously better than a 3-6 team. I think a lot of us think that. Obviously, just have had some injuries, and Tua was out for the year. I think that if Tua stays healthy, they could potentially find a way to sneak into the playoffs. I think that Mike McDaniel is a very good offensive coach, and I think that Tua and all the weapons they have on offense is a very good offense. As far as Vegas goes, we'll see how they look. Pretty sure they were on a bye last week, and they had fired Luke Getsy, their offensive coordinator, so maybe they will be ignited a little bit. And now that he's been fired, but I like Miami here. I think the roster difference is quite significant. Up next, big AFC North game, Baltimore and Pittsburgh. A lot of people I'm seeing are taking Baltimore. I'm actually going to go Pittsburgh here. I think Pittsburgh might be the best team in the NFC North. I think they're the most all-around team. I have concerns about Baltimore's defense. If you looked at my power rankings videos yesterday, I was talking a little bit about Baltimore, and I just think that their defense is their weakness right now, and it might cost them as they play better teams. And I just think that Pittsburgh is very well-rounded, and they have a very good coach. Both these teams have a good coach, but I think Russ is playing very well as well right now, and I just think that Pittsburgh at home will be able to take this. Up next, Indy and the Jets. Not a great game, to be honest. Will not be watching probably, but Joe Flacco is playing again. Both these teams aren't great. I'm going to go with the Colts here. I think they'll find a way to get done. I think the Jets are done, and I think they're really going to struggle to get things going. And I think Joe Flacco will have a decent game. Big one, Kansas City, Buffalo in Buffalo. I'm gonna go with Kansas City here. I think that there's a big chance Kansas City goes undefeated this year. I think both these teams are obviously fantastic. I think there's just something with the Chiefs this year where they find ways to get it done, and there's a lot of media outlets. Oh, they've won close games against mediocre teams and so on and so forth. How good are they really? And I think that they have a really good Buffalo team that they're playing this week, and they're going to find a way to get it done, and that will kind of inject fear into the rest of the league, if that makes sense. Cincinnati Bengals and the Chargers. I like the Chargers here. I think the Bengals are really struggling this year. Their defense has not been great, and I think that it's going to be a poor matchup against the Chargers offense that's been very efficient with the run, and Herbert's been playing some really great football, arguably the best of his career, and I just think that the Chargers are probably the most underrated team right now. I mean, if they win this, they'll be sitting at 7-3, and I just think that since he's been pretty underwhelming the entire year, and if they have T. Higgins back, maybe it's a close game. Maybe since he can do it, but I just think that the Chargers will take this one. Up next, the AFC NFC matchups: Vikings, Titans. Give me Minnesota here. Tennessee's not good at all, so I don't really have much to say about that one. I think Minnesota's cooling off; they're coming back down to earth. But this is an opponent that they could probably beat with a lot of backups. So Cleveland, New Orleans. I'll go Cleveland here. I think Cleveland's just better. Maybe New Orleans is getting a new injection of life after firing Dennis Allen. They beat Atlanta last week, so anything is possible, but I just think really good defense. Jameis Winston will get it done. And yeah. Rams, Patriots. The games are not great this week. I'm not going to lie. Rams, Patriots. gonna go with the Rams. I think that just too many weapons. Patriots looked good last week against the Bears, but the Bears have been really struggling this year. I think the Rams will be able to get it done, but I think that game will actually probably be relatively close, probably closer than a lot of people would think. Uh, Lions, Jags, that's an easy one. Lions are the best team in the league, in my opinion. Jacksonville, this could potentially be Doug Peterson's final game, depending on how they lose. If Detroit piles it on in this game, Doug Peterson could be done on Monday. So, yeah. Atlanta and Denver. I like Denver here at home. I think Denver's playing some pretty good football. I think Bo Nix has been decent so far. Nothing too crazy, but he's playing well and he's not hurting the team. And they have a really good defense. And Atlanta, it's just with Atlanta, you don't know what you're going to get. Sometimes the offense is going to show up, and then other times the offense isn't going to show up. So I just think that Denver at home will be able to take this one. Houston, Dallas, give me Houston. Dallas is done for the year. Dak Prescott's done for the year. They're not going to be making a run with Cooper Rush or Trey Lance. And Houston really needs this game. So I just think that they're really going to fight hard for this. And it's the Battle of Texas, so a little bit something to it. And then finally, the NFC games. Washington, Philly, big one. Potentially an NFC East decider, right? Both teams undefeated in the division so far this year. I'm going to go with Washington. And I'm going to go with Washington because I think this is going to be the first. Well, we've had many signs, but this is going to be the first sign this season, really, of Nick Sirianni costing Philly in a big game. I think that the game's going to be really close, and then there's going to be a very poor coaching decision that really costs Philly and loses them this game. And that's going to be kind of like a red flag wake-up call for the playoffs. I've had my doubts about Philly. I was wrong on them as a team. Saquon Barkley's had a really big impact this year, but I still have my strong doubts on Nick Sirianni. And I think the coaching staff is better in Washington, and I think there's a lot of motivation and momentum and energy, and Washington's really going to want this one. Both teams are going to want this one, but I just think the coaching gap is going to be the difference in this game. Bears, Packers, give me Green Bay here. I would love to sit here and say that the Bears uh, the Bears can come out and win. And I'm not completely writing the Bears off. I think there is a world where the firing of Shane Waldron and the promotion of Thomas Brown ignites the Bears, and all of a sudden they have this new fight, and the offense looks completely different, and it's something that hasn't been seen on tape, right? But as much as I want to see that, and I hope that's what happens, the Packers have won 25 of the last 28, and this is like the most noise coming out of Hallis Hall right before Packers game in years. So all the signs point to Green Bay winning this game. So is it a trap game for Green Bay? I hope so, but I'm going to pick the Packers here. And then finally, NFC West matchup. Niners, Seahawks. Give me the Niners here with Christian McCaffrey back. I think they're going to pick up some wins here. I don't think they're going to be as dominant this year as they have been in years past, but I think that they're going to be good enough to get in the playoffs and give themselves a chance. So give me San Francisco at home there. So those are my picks. Let me know what you guys think. Did I get them right? Did I get them wrong? Are there ones you just flat out disagree with? Let me know. We're sitting at 86 and 66 on the year. Feeling pretty good. And hopefully we can continue with another big week here. As always, I appreciate you guys listening. Thumbs up. Hit the subscribe button if you're new here. We're almost at 100 subscribers. Really trying to get there. Would really mean the world to me. And as always, bear down. I will see you guys in tomorrow's Bears-Packers preview. Peace.